All right, guys. Sorry about that. Welcome to the Six of Plan podcast. We're having some technical difficulties with the intro, but we are here. It is a Monday. I'm Kevin. As always, I'm here with Russ. How's it going, Russ?
Hey, Kevin, intro problems, but, there's a possibility that some people only watch this show for that super cool intro.
I know. And I don't know why it won't work. None of my files would work. Rumble be rumbling.
Okay.
I guess.
Here we are. Monday come around. Last week was an awesome episode.
Yeah, I think it was a great show. I had a lot of fun with it.
With the Garrett Sodano and the book, Men Are Forged, Not Found.
Yes.
I finished the book, Kevin.
Have you?
Yeah. I didn't give a review yet. I don't
no
give
no review yet.
But he keeps asking people to give a review.
That keeps him in the algorithm.
So, like I told you, right with him on the show, don't buy a copy. I have a copy.
Right.
But anyway, we're passing around the Jackson GOP, the Turning Point young men.
Mm-hmm. That's
have it in their hands right now.
That's a good place.
That's why the book was written.
That's a good place for it. It really is.
And then, I don't know, I cut maybe 5 clips.
Yeah.
One of them was like a personal clip because I kind of was like inspirational thing I said during the show. And I'm going to use that for the thing, but 4 clips to help Garrett out. And I meant to do more, but time got away from me.
Absolutely. And I did a clip exclusively for Rumble because the creator program asked me to, and I did the whole grassroots thing was really impressive to me. I didn't know that where he said 20 or 94% of his $2 million was donations under $100.
I did know that.
That's insane.
He is, boy, that was a claim to fame he had. But I think he took 3rd in the primary. It went Tudor Dixon, Kevin Reinke, and then Garrett, I believe it was. And then I think after that, may have been Ralph or Ryan Kelly. I forget which way that went. But Garrett came out early in that campaign and was killing it. But what happens, just like similar to this campaign, Kevin got in the race, spending that big Kevin Reinke money.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tudor Dixon, I remember her being announced, being in the race, and everybody's like, "Who's Tudor?" But she kind of got propped up by, if you want to call it, the so-called establishment. And the next thing you know, Tudor Dixon was our nominee.
Yeah, and I think the so-called establishment also threw her under the bus.
They picked her, got her there, and then they left her hanging.
I think it was one of those.
No money.
I think it was one of those. We're gonna lose. Let's waste a candidate.
So, if we could have put Kevin Ranke over the top, he would have self-funded that campaign, similar to what Perry Johnson's doing right now, and maybe we wouldn't have had that struggle. And then if we would have put Garrett Soldano, if he would have won, I think many would have got behind Garrett more than would Tudor Dixon.
I agree.
I wasn't behind. I was behind Tudor. I worked my butt off for Tudor.
That election was strange. Well, that was just post COVID. Yeah, it was just post like all the shutdowns, wasn't it?
Yes.
And
I think there's some hokey pokey with the election results.
Or yeah,
with the Democrats.
Well, that
Jocelyn Benson there's our Secretary of State.
I don't remember directly, but I'm pretty sure I would have voted for Satan before I would have voted for Gretchen.
Yeah, it's hard to beat any governor incumbent that second term. It's very difficult, and nothing against Tudor. I think Tudor is a fabulous person, but she wasn't the right candidate at the right time. And hindsight's 2020. Would Kevin Ranke been a better candidate? Would Garrett Soldano been a better candidate? But would Ryan Kelly have been that better candidate? Which as a Ryan Kelly guy, but they took him out by putting him in, federally indicting him.
Right, send him to prison and stuff.
Lawfare.
Well, like I said, I think that the Republicans knew they're going to probably lose that race, so they were like, they need a sacrificial lamb.
So,
it's not like her career suffered
they
either.
couldn't put lawfare against Garrett Soldano. You know why? He's as squeaky clean as it gets.
Oh yeah.
Not really. Garrett had his problems.
Well, I mean, everybody
that he
does.
exposed. I'm not going to talk about him here. He did have his issues that he's overcome. And apparently he went on the steps of the Capitol January 6th.
Right.
Apparently that was the straw that broke the camel's back for our buddy Ryan Kelly. Ryan, though, has turned into quite the political motivator.
Yeah.
He pops. I haven't seen him in a few weeks, but he pops on and exposes stuff and talks about stuff that people need to know.
Well, and that's kind of where Tudor kind of took.
Yeah,
she got her own podcast. She's a better. Honestly, I think she's better as an on-air political analyst than she
Some people
was
are
as a
for that.
candidate.
And actually, Tudor does really good on her podcast,
And she's fun to look at.
She is hot. She gives good hugs too. But she was a what do you call them on Fox News, where she'd pop on Fox News and do some
like a
stuff like that. So Tudor,
correspondent. Is it correspondent? Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, she didn't really work for him, but
right,
she'd pop on. She did some of the shows with her, and it was always good to see. Now, Tudor is sharp with the tongue.
Oh yeah,
wow.
She reminds me of Marjorie Taylor Greene a lot as far as the sassiness. There's something. It's very similar.
Sassy. I've seen her live, and she doesn't hold back. But none of them guys really did. But she was sharp with the tongue. But here we are, trying to decide who's going to be our nominee for 2026. And since we're there, we'll talk about that a little bit. That John James, sitting campaigning from the basement like Sleepy Joe, but kept leading in the polls over Mike Cox and Tom Leonard and Eric Nesbitt and Ralph Rebrand, all of them. And it has to be name recognition because people forgot who Mike Cox and Tom Leonard are and didn't know who Eric Nesbitt is, although Eric Nesbitt's been our Senate Minority Leader for some time.
Right. But I mean,
they knew who John James was.
Well, that's because
he's a congressman and he's campaigned constantly last several years.
The only reason I know John James is because I can still see his yard signs in my head. I mean,
yeah.
Other than that, mean,
swinging it in on a chandelier comes Perry Johnson.
Bum, bum, bum.
And he is going to end up making, and we talked about this with Gary on the show, John James is going to have to come out of the basement.
And he's got to have someone on his team's got to be telling him that.
You know, he's in the Caribbean right now.
Well, I wish I was in the Caribbean.
Get this. He's in the Caribbean because Congress is on break.
Uh-huh.
I don't blame a guy. You go to the Caribbean. Okay, it's vacation time. But you're running a campaign for governor. And then,
wait, and also, isn't the government still partially shut down?
Oh well, that's
I know.
Wow.
but you don't. I don't get to go on vacation when I have stuff to do.
Well, you're not running a campaign for governor,
So
it was exposed that John James is in the Caribbean. You know, his social media team put out a couple posts making it look like he was in Michigan, like he was at a gun range with the Michigan Joyer guy. And then, but these were previous posts that they recircled out to make the image look like John James is in Michigan out doing John James stuff when he's.
Well, he is out doing John James stuff, apparently.
He is doing John James stuff.
Oh, man.
But listen, that Perry Johnson is coming at him and all of them hard, and that's going to be hard to overcome. I think he's committed $9 or $10 million to this campaign out the gate.
That's insane. I mean, I guess I don't know what the normal run for governor costs.
Yeah, me neither.
But I'm sure. Well, I mean, we have a general idea what Senate costs. So Perry. I'll just give a good example. Perry, they announced, we don't need no money. I'm going to be self-funded, and I don't want to be answered to anybody. And I'm going to self-fund this whole darn thing. And I think it's smart. I think it's a good call.
I reached out to the Perry Johnson campaign, and I said, hey, we do these, Under Oak Speaker Series, and we can do a fundraiser off to the side. And can we get Perry here? And they responded, we don't need no money. We don't want no money.
We want no money.
Can we just come and do a thing? I go, sure, just come and do a thing. And they paid us to do a thing, which, by the way, that is coming up.
Yeah,
that is June. It's on my paper. I got so much going on, Kevin.
I can't keep
track. Perry Johnson, April 13th, right here at the Jackson GOP headquarters. It's free because Perry's paying for the food. The only thing you got to pay for is a cash bar if you want a drink.
But there it is.
Coca-Cola, there it is. By the way, can you make that play? That's got a little. Oh,
yeah. Hold on.
No. I sent you another one. That's got all of the dates, all the locations he's going to. And it's got a little jingle to it.
Is it? Oh, it's got a jingle. I didn't get a video.
It's got a little Perry Johnson jingle to it.
I will see if I can find that.
It's on that post there.
But it's saved as a picture then.
The picture and there's a jingle, a Perry Johnson country jingle.
Oh, well, let's try. I'll try to find that right now.
It's kind of fun.
Oh, wait, I see it.
They must have hired a band or something, right?
I'm sure. Well, I mean, I honestly wouldn't put it past them.
They must have went to Nashville and hired some people to make a Perry Johnson country jingle.
I mean, the smarter move would be to use AI, of course. But however.
It's cool. And Perry on the 13th, I think, will be in Kalamazoo earlier in the day, and I don't know what time that is. And then they take the big Perry Johnson bus down 94, and they'll stop in by Jackson. It's supposed to be 6:30. We'll open the doors at 5:30. Perry Johnson is paying for pizza and Coca-Cola and coffee and water and all that stuff. And then we went out on our own and hired the bar here at the Commonwealth. Okay. So the bar will be up here. And if you want drinks, adult beverages, you got to pay.
Drinky drinks.
Well, maybe Perry will say, you know what? I got the drinks. I don't know. That wasn't part of the deal. We just decided to bring it back.
I don't think his wallet is very light. $9 million for his campaign?
Listen, to buy drinky drinks up here would be nothing for him.
No, what are you, $500? And that's if you pack the house?
You and I've done that before.
Well.
And we do not have Perry Johnson money.
No.
Now, we regretted buying the whole bar around.
And we do know Sean Hayes.
It's usually a discount. So
yeah, I don't have a video. It's just a flyer for me for that Perry Johnson.
that flyer is associated with a video.
I'll
If you're
find
on
it. It's
the book.
probably on
If you're on the book.
I'm on the book. I'm going to check your page.
Down. But anyways, Perry will be here on the 13th. So there's that announcement, which is what, in a week?
Mm-hmm.
I can't keep track. But here's
don't even
what
know anymore.
I hate to say it. I hate to say it. And my predictions are often wrong. So we were talking about before the show. If Perry Johnson gets the Trump endorsement within the next, before filing deadline maybe or something, I think John James will step out. But if John James got the Trump endorsement, I think Perry Johnson will stay in. Now, if either one of them gets the endorsement, I feel, and I'm not happy about saying this, that if you're Eric Nesbitt or Tom Leonard, you have to consider getting the hell out. Now, you know who I think will stick it out? Mike Cox.
Yeah. Oh, I think I can almost promise Mike Cox will stick it out.
And although he's polling like shit, no one knows who he is. I think Ralph Rebrand will stick in.
Yeah.
Just because he stuck in last time, and that's how Ralph rolls.
Well, and I mean, I think for someone like Perry, it becomes, when it has become a negative business transaction, too.
For Perry, it's always negative. You're out of pocket here.
But I mean, there's a level where it evens out.
I would assume if you're a Perry Johnson or if you're a Kevin Rinke in 2022, you're going to top out. All right, this is how much I'm going to spend.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, we're not talking about
endless.
So much revenue generator, but yeah, eventually you got to run out of money.
The commitment that these people put out there to run for these positions is insane to me. It's a commitment.
Oh, absolutely.
We had candidates running for SOS that borrowed the money.
Yeah, I think
lost.
I think a lot of candidates borrow money.
I know.
I was doing some research the other day. And
could you imagine me going to Mrs. Ross and say, "Hey, we need to borrow $50,000. I'm going to run for SOS." I'd have to move into your apartment.
She goes, shh.
I mean, I have my little bag, my grocery bag with my underwear, knocking on Kevin's door.
Okay, but you got to share a couch with Freya, so. And I only have a love seat, so good luck with it. It's comfortable, but
I respect those people for doing that. That commitment is huge. And by the way, have we done a stream since the endorsement convention? We did last week.
Yes, and we only touched on it
because we were consumed with Garrett Sedano.
Yeah, and I actually didn't know how to title the show today because we didn't have a guest, but I did name it, title it. How did I title it? Post nomination convention.
Well, let's talk about guests. We had a guest lined up for today.
Yes,
candidate for State House, District 48, Brian Ignatowski. But Brian texted me Friday. He had travel plans with the family, and he wasn't certain on the time he was leaving. And anyways, it interfered with that. And so we will reschedule with Brian Ignatowski. So that's why it's just you and I today. We did have a guest lined up.
Yeah, you did your job. But I found it. Let me see if Oop, that went away. There it goes. Why does it do that? Facebook videos are weird.
Oh.
Anyways, continue.
But endorsement convention. We went one round of voting to confirm, to endorse the Michigan Republican Party, the delegates. Anthony Ferlini for Secretary of State, and our buddy Doug Lloyd for AG.
Yeah, and I think those are the two strongest electable candidates.
Now that it's said and done, I'm very, very satisfied with that. You know, Kevin.
No complaints here.
I'm forgetting Kevin's name.
Kievsky?
Kievsky. Sorry, Kevin.
I got you, bub.
That's my buddy. I like Kevin.
I do like Kevin.
I like Kevin a lot. I think he'd be a good AG. Now, there's a lot of crap running up to the endorsement convention, how Kevin would be the wrong candidate.
Right.
I somewhat disagree. that the Democrats would use some stuff that was found out about him. But then again, maybe they're right. And that Doug Lloyd, he's squeaky clean.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you were.
I'm happy.
He's been the prosecutor for 13, 15 years,
Since
something like that. 30 years of experience and all of these.
I don't think the man's ever had a speeding ticket, let alone a domestic abuse allegation.
Right. Well, as long as he's been a prosecutor, he's probably never paid a speeding ticket.
Just has him thrown out.
You just push a button, right?
I don't know. Do you feel that with the
no,
Doug Lloyd?
I think Doug Lloyd would go down and pay it.
You probably pay. Stand in line.
Yeah.
Stand in line.
Go through the security, right. Take your belt off and crap. They're like, was that the prosecutor?
I'm happy with it. And then on SOS side, I'm happy with Anthony Ferlini.
Mm-hmm.
I became, I think, friends with Amanda. I really do. I like Amanda on a one-on-one. Boy, they came out with some mud against her.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for her. And then I got to know Monica a little bit. And I think she's trustworthy and would have been a good SOS. But I am happy with the Anthony Ferlini. I like him.
You know, and I know that a lot of people go against, kind of poo-poo this, but he's done the job. He's doing the job. He's very SOS-y.
My buddy Mark Fortin from Michigan Matters was adamant, and he's from Macomb County, that's the wrong guy for the job, and that his claim to election integrity is weak and actually counterproductive.
Oh.
And so did a lot of election integrity people claim that. And I don't know. I think he's good for the job.
Yeah. I mean, Macomb County seems to be doing all right.
Patrick Colbeck is a big one that says, no, Anthony Ferlini bad.
There's always going to be detractors from that.
I think they're very electable. Over the weekend, the Democrats came out with this horrible picture, the worst picture they could find of Doug Lloyd.
Oh,
say the Republicans have chosen an extremist.
Extremist? I don't.
Kevin, that's the first you've heard that? Because everybody's response has been the same thing. That is hilarious.
Well, I'm just
Doug Lloyd, an extremist?
I mean, Doug's a great guy, but extreme is not even close to a word I would use in any aspect. I mean, no. I mean, he's very he's fair and honest.
I think that's pure desperation.
He's extremely fair and honest.
He is an extremist.
Yeah, they got it right, kind of.
The Democrats nailed it. He's extremely fair and honest.
The Democrats did the Democrats thing.
That makes him an extremist. Doug Lloyd, the extremist. So I hope they play that one out. Because that's a losing message when you're talking about Doug Lloyd.
Well, if you've ever met Doug Lloyd, then you would same reaction. I literally, that was a genuine laugh. Extremist?
I know it was a general laugh. That's what everybody's response was.
The last time I laughed that hard is when what's his name decided he was going to be a libertarian. I'm like, we don't need him either. We don't want him.
They hate him. Yeah, the libertarians. They don't even want him. By the way, he's disappeared.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything from him.
His social medias went quiet, or he kicked me off his platform. I don't know.
I think he tucked his tail and ran.
I think he's being
because even if he did mute me from or remove me from his platform, that's fine. I have multiple accounts. I will. So he would have popped up.
By the way, we're talking about Anthony Hudson there.
Yes, I couldn't think of his name.
Yeah.
That's how much
he can go away.
Yeah, he can go away. He's good. He
can go away. And then, of course, you got Carla Wagner out there.
Yep, she's going.
She's running as an independent.
Independent, yeah.
And there's some Republicans out there, not many, that are all about her. And all you're doing is stealing votes away from Republicans and wasting your vote because she's not going to win. There's nothing she can do to ever win as governor. Nothing.
I don't think she ever really had a chance, to be honest.
And she does have a following, and that following is still following her. And
Anthony Hudson has a very strong following.
He does. His social media presence is unbelievable.
Yeah,
he was good at that.
Yeah,
he was good at that. But anyways, our nomination convention, and then our girl Lena Epstein, of course. We confirmed her and our Supreme Court justices. I didn't get to meet the Supreme Court justices. I do not know them.
I don't know either.
They came in last minute. We confirmed them. Everybody's telling me wonderful nominees.
Hey, well,
and then Roger Victory for MSU.
Yep.
He seems like a pretty good guy. How
Yeah,
can you go wrong there?
I only met him the one time, but he
owns a farm and he wears a cowboy hat.
Yeah, he's cool. I like him.
You know, I like thinking about a cowboy hat. I was thinking about Kevin start wearing a cowboy hat.
Don't do that.
I want to do something different.
You're not a cowboy hat guy. I don't know, maybe a fedora or something, but not. I wouldn't. A cowboy hat just doesn't work.
Maybe I thought about, maybe a fedora.
Yeah, or like grow your mustache all twirly or something. I don't know. I just don't think a cowboy hat's the way to go.
I did buy new shoes.
Oh,
Last
helpful.
week. $219 at the Miller Shoes.
Maybe a big belt buckle.
Maybe
Start with a big belt buckle. Then, because you can hide that if you need
Maybe
to.
I should start with just wearing underwear.
That would help. I only have pants on when I'm in this studio, so
your studio. All right. So we remind everybody we have the
Yes.
East Side studio, and then there's the downtown studio.
yes,
The East Side studio could be a pants-free studio.
yeah, that's a pants-free studio for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wear a lot of shirts. Pants are optional.
Just
The same camera angle on this show for any of my other shows.
honestly, the East Side studio
Mhm.
has its could be a cool location. Think about it.
Absolutely. Actually, originally,
Above the former iconic Potter's Pub,
yeah,
Topless Bar in Jackson,
yeah,
for decades,
Mhm.
that was bought and closed down.
Yep.
It's going to be an Italian pizzeria.
and in between the restaurants that regularly fight for the birthplace of the Jackson Coney.
Jackson,
It's
the birth of the Jackson Coney right there.
That block. Yeah,
That block.
yeah, you can smell it when I'm podcasting.
Yes, you can.
I'd
rather eat them than smell them.
originally thought about that, and the room in the front would be facing Michigan Avenue.
Yeah.
It's a big empty room. I'm like,
That would be sweet.
It would be sweet.
So
but I had this. So
you do, and nothing can beat this studio.
No.
Now, you think about it, you could have a professional studio there and bring clients in there if you set it up that way. It's really a cool spot.
Yeah,
It's got history to it. That's for darn sure.
Yeah, it's got parking.
Boy, if the walls could talk, I wouldn't even want to hear those stories, Kevin. I'm part of them stories, and so are you. And I don't even want to hear them again.
I think about it every time I walk past that little door that goes to the basement on the outside.
There was a time where that was the second oldest strip club in the state of Michigan.
Yeah, I think
probably till it closed.
before it closed. As far as I know, it was the longest continuously running.
So the other one probably closed up.
I don't know what the other one was
because strip clubs are closing around the state.
Yeah, they're. Oh, they just. By the way, they just reopened the Ypsilanti Deja Vu not long ago. I guess it's killing it over there. I just heard rumors.
So I was watching a Michigan Enjoyer clip where 8 Mile, they're all closed.
Really?
Trump, all those high end ones are all closed up now. Romulus, all that. No one goes.
Just friends of mine that I know that from the area actually work in some of those clubs, and they're all the outside weird ones. Like I know BTs, Dream Girls,
probably for the better. That industry's dying. It still exists in Jackson, but not there. And our point here is the former Potter's Pub now is empty and will be a pizzeria Italian place. And Kevin lives upstairs. By the way, those are beautiful apartments.
Yeah, no, they're very nice apartments.
Yeah. The Potter family, but by the way, that building has always been super well maintained.
Yeah, no.
The Potter family never spared expense.
Yeah, I mean, we both know the current owner, and he
ain't going to spare no expense.
He's going to make sure it's nice. I mean, it's never going to look bad.
No.
Never.
No.
He
took everything down. Even that expensive strip club sign they had out front, they said Avenues.
The only thing that
you think he's got that in a pole barn somewhere?
Probably.
That was
the neon sign on the back door is still up.
Oh,
I don't know.
Weird.
What or why?
And then hasn't he torn everything out of the inside?
Last time I was,
even that big long marble bar.
last time I was in there, the bar was still there.
Oh, I would have to.
But
keep
that was
it had a marble top and it was super long.
Yeah, and he likes those old bars. I mean,
Well, what makes that location, in my thought, a good Italian feeling restaurant is the arches.
Yeah,
that are in
the
there.
bricks and the arches. Yeah,
because that is a super old building.
Yeah, it reminds me of Cascarelli's in Albion.
Good point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that'll be a good job, and that'll be a nice restaurant and
Absolutely.
a good addition to
I
Jackson.
look forward to it.
And to the east side, and then if all else fails, you could have Grandma's Boy Media located there. You do have it located there. It's the East Side Studio.
Technically, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So you are the only podcaster in Jackson that actually has a studio.
Yeah, I'm definitely the only one that has two studios.
You have two. You have two studios.
Yeah,
and this is a beautiful location for a studio.
Yeah, actually, both of my locations aren't bad.
No,
easy to find, good parking.
And I was on Jackson podcast, Prisoner to Painter, and he does a fabulous job. He does good. Nathan rocks it. It's in his basement.
Yeah, I've meant to reach out to him. You know what's weird? I thought about this. I know there's more podcasters in Jackson. None of us know each other.
You guys don't even try to know one another.
No, I don't. Well, it's like DJs. DJs don't like other DJs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, though.
But we're very different shows.
Now, I showed Nathan the studio, and he went, wow, that's pretty nice. But he kept it low key.
Yeah.
You could tell he was madder than hell.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
He's like, he's looking at my podcast. He's like, this idiot? Well.
And then he has decent equipment, but it is in his basement. It's a nice home on the west side of town. And you go in his house and you pet the kitty and you go down in the basement and he's got some decent chairs and he has a podcast. Okay? Yeah. And he does really well.
And most podcast studios.
But I think this is the only real studio there. Oh, you know who has a real studio and they don't use it very much is JTV.
Yeah,
they have a podcast studio.
They're mainstream. We don't.
I reached out to him before you had this one. Hey, will you rent time on that? And nope.
Yeah, because that's not their bread and butter.
No,
not at all.
They're not hurting over there at JTV.
They're still holding on to the mainstream media aspect. Turn to channel 21 on Comcast or whatever.
They're probably a little worried what content might come out of it too, because you've had that concern here. You don't, although if someone wanted to pay you to do a stream, you'd let them in.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I've questioned it only because I didn't want to, I guess, upset any of the volunteers or anything here, but. I mean, I just usher them through the door coming in.
Right.
Close the door and everything's good.
Boy, we got in the weeds there.
Yeah, that happens.
Let's talk about candidates for city mayor.
Yes.
Derek Dobies.
Let's go there. Hold on.
Let's go there.
Let's pull that up.
So, anybody in Jackson knows that we knew Derek Dobies was going to run for city of Jackson mayor again. He was the mayor already once, and he whatever, wasn't mayor no more. And he sat on the.
He didn't go for re-election.
No, and then we ended up with Mayor Mahoney.
Yeah,
it's not like they ran against each other. He just didn't run again. So, anyways, he's back in. And we knew he was going to run for mayor. Even the Jackson Democratic Party have endorsed him,
which is crazy.
But he hadn't did a formal announcement yet. Okay, so I think up until last week, the only formal announcements there had been was Dina Morgan on social media, John Wilson on Hits Home Jackson. If you want to consider that an official announcement, to me that was John Wilson announcing.
Yeah, I think he intended that to be his official announcement.
And then I know Christy Davis is circulating petitions, but she's made it clear that she has not announced yet. But so everybody assumed Derek was running because we knew he was, but he hadn't made an announcement until I think it was last Thursday. And he made his official announcement under the Oaks.
Yep. And
the birthplace of the Republican Party.
And there's a picture of him making the announcement right there.
And I will be clear to you right now, Derek Dobies is not a Republican, has never been a Republican, will never be a Republican, and he is not endorsed by the Jackson Republican Party or the Michigan Republican Party or any Republican Party for that matter. So it was a stunt.
Yeah.
And a good one.
Well, and I forget the name of it again, but that's the Under the Oaks Association.
So let's go back 2 years. his buddy Connor Wood, Connor's wife, I forget his name. Anyways, they created the Under the Oaks Pact.
That's what it was.
And circulated mailers in the city elections, nonpartisan, supporting candidates paid for by the Under the Oaks Pact. And I came out with a statement against that once I found out, hell, it had been around a year, that, hey, guys, don't make you think that if you receive a mailer from the Under the Oaks Pact, that has anything to do with the Jackson Republican Party.
Right.
Okay? So that came out. That made news. I was interviewed on KHM.
Yeah. That's a big deal.
So was his wife, Kelsey, blah, blah, blah. And then out of the blue, Derek decides to make his official announcement Under the Oaks.
Yep.
Same stunt.
Yep.
Okay. It's a public park. The city of Jackson owns it. You know what? Good for him. Bless his heart.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Thanks for the promotion, I suppose. And for everyone listening probably does know, but if you don't, it's Under the Oaks is where the Republican Party was
the birthplace of the Republican Party.
Yes. And I mean, there's no doubt about it that the Democrats are now using that to their advantage because, yeah, it's in Jackson. And actually, at least on the website at the beginning, it says, while we respect the rights of individuals to speak and campaign freely, what is it? It is important to clarify the references to the founding ideals and legacy of the Republican Party in this context may unintentionally suggest a political alignment or support that does not exist.
Does not exist.
Yeah. To be absolutely clear, Derek Dobies is a member of the Jackson County Democratic Party.
Yes.
And has received their endorsement. The Jackson County Republican Party has not endorsed, supported, or authorized any association with this campaign.
None at all.
Yep.
So,
and there it is again.
I was sent that the day he did that. Someone sent it to me, and my first response was, I'm not going to react. Okay, that was my response because that's what they want you to do is to react. Okay. And I sat on it for about an hour and a half, and then it hit me. When you run a campaign, when you're running in city elections, they're nonpartisan.
Right.
Okay. So I thought back to the Under the Oaks Pact and then this stunt, and I thought we are obligated to come out with a statement that we do not endorse because if it's 10 voters, if it tricks 10 voters into voting for Mr. Dobies,
right,
that could tip the scale.
Right, absolutely.
So the next morning, we created that statement by me and signed by me as the chairman of the Jackson Republican Party, that we have not endorsed him, nor will we. I'll guarantee you right now we never will.
Oh, yeah, I don't
ever.
No.
Now, there's the Walk Away. There's an organization called Walk Away, and that's walk away from the Democratic Party and come to Republican parties. I'm going to tell you right now, Derek Dobies is not going to walk away, and if he does, we'd probably be very, very resistant to accepting him.
Yeah, I don't see him walking through those doors.
He is. He comes back a dozen years as an operative of the Michigan Democratic Party.
Yeah. I mean,
he is the chief of staff of the AFL-CIO who only endorses Democratic candidates.
Right.
So, anyways, and don't be tricked. And I know most of our viewers are not being tricked by that, Kevin.
Didn't he run for House?
Nope.
It wasn't him?
No.
Or maybe he was talk about it.
Every cycle comes up. We're always like, he's going to run for state senate. He's going to run for state house. And I can't believe he hasn't. He never has. He held a Jackson City Council seat, I don't know, 6 years maybe, 4 or 6 years. And then me and a group of people attempted to recall him, got the signatures and got the recall going. And then he resigned. Did a little sidetrack and resigned, and then kind of went quiet and then surfaced as mayor and ran for mayor. And I think he held a couple terms as mayor. and then he backed out, let Dan Mahoney become mayor, turned him into a Democratic operative.
Yeah.
And then,
which he may have been all along.
Yeah. and
he fits the bill.
So we were like, okay, what's Derek going to do? What's he do? He runs for school board.
Yeah.
He runs for Jackson Public School Board and wins. We didn't see that coming. He chills over there on the school board, becomes the vice president of the Jackson Public School Board. And then they pass a millage, right? And the contract was coming out for board members to approve. And he squoze in, how'd that go, Kevin? Vendors that weren't approved, AFL-CIO vendors. He tried to sneak something into the contract.
Yeah.
And it pissed off the other board members.
Someone was getting paid.
So they removed him from vice president.
Right.
They couldn't remove him as a board member because you're elected by the voters. They removed him as vice president. And then, lo and behold, the new term or new year come up, they reelected him as the treasurer of the Jackson Public School Board.
Yeah.
But you know who is the current president of the Jackson Public School Board? Marilyn Acton. We have one of ours on that school board.
That's helpful.
But that is the dance that Derek Dobies has performed for many, many years, and he's good at it.
Yeah. Well, and I said it before the show. We were briefly talking about it. I think it was a way to him running for school board was a way to keep his name out there. And I think it worked.
I say it all the time. Never underestimate Derek Dobies. I respect his political knowledge and how he maneuvers. Some people say, Russ, you're crazy. No. As a political person, strategist in my own mind, I respect his ability.
No, I mean, there's a lot of it is very respectful. It's sneaky snake.
Yeah.
For sure, but
boy,
I mean, he does it well.
You know, and he's like a Teflon Don. You can throw whatever you want at him, it just bounces off him. And I hate to say it, there's a high probability he's going to be Jackson's next mayor.
I believe so.
Now, we have great candidates. Well, we have candidates out there. John Wilson, you don't get any more conservative John Wilson.
No, that's very true.
But he's known for losing elections.
Yeah.
And
unfortunately, that's
as of right now, he would be my pick. I like Christy Davis a lot. I don't think she's mature enough for it.
I agree.
Politically savvy. Dina Morgan, I don't know where to put Dina right now. She has conservative streaks in her, but sometimes I can't get over socialized grocery stores and things like that.
Yeah, I when I was scrolling through, I just saw, I believe it was a post from her that said she was talking about supporting legal rights for citizens of Jackson.
So she's big. One that come out recently because she's constant. She's an advocate to help tenants stay in their home to fight against corrupt landlords. Okay, here's the thing. Yes, there are bad landlords out there, but being a former landlord in the city of Jackson, those organizations also help people stay in their homes who have not paid their rent and have torn your shit up.
Yeah.
There's a fine line. Most landlords, 99% of them are legitimate landlords. It's a business and you have to pay and you can't tear people's shit up. So when you advocate for those organizations, help people with them organizations, you end up going against the good landlords. They are just trying to evict a person because they're trying to get payment.
Yeah. Well, you have to file your taxes on that as a what was it? I just lost the term. Yeah, you make money off that property.
What? No.
Right.
You need an advocate for tenants, but you need an advocate for landlords, and there is one out there, but it's strong. Landlords, it's a struggle, man. What a grind.
I get it. I mean, I've seen you go through it. Most of my family I've seen go through it.
It's a grind.
Heck, my grandmother.
More than half your tenants are shit.
Yeah.
You'll get a good one every now and then.
Yeah.
But half the time, especially if you're in town here and things like that, it's hard to get good tenants, get payment, and to not tear your shit up. That it's bad. And then the city inspectors come in and mark you down for everything that the tenants destroyed.
Right. And the tenant they don't care.
No, it's slippery slope. So Dina, in my mind, at this point, certainly ain't it. And I don't think, sorry, Christy, I don't think Christy is at this point. And so right now it'd be John Wilson. I'm hopeful that maybe a stronger candidate surfaces. Sorry, John. But I doubt that happens. So now John Wilson, there's nobody that knows Jackson government and politics better than John Wilson.
Oh, absolutely not. That man is a machine.
And if John were the mayor, he'd probably be a damn good mayor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, talking about, I'm not necessarily the squeaky clean, but definitely nothing you're going to pull out on him that's not already known. And honestly, I don't know anything negative anyway.
And he comes hard. Say social media and campaigning. He has no one to mess with. He'll come at you hard.
Yeah.
But he's really a more compassionate guy than what I think many think.
I agree.
And he cares deeply about the city and the county and the state. And honestly, I think if he was sitting in that position, he would be he'd be a great mayor and pretty fairer than what people think.
Yeah. And I think he is fair in the fact that he's very, very conservative, but he's willing to listen and at least talk about the other side.
He will.
I've seen him do it on.
If you ignore him is when he comes at you harder. If you open a dialogue with him, John's great for a dialogue. So anyways, that's what we got going on in the city of Jackson. Do not be fooled by Derek Dobies and his announcement for mayor by doing it at the sacred ground of the Republican Party under the Oaks. Let's be clear. It is a public park. And, hey, I hope more people make their announcements there.
I mean, yeah, it is a public park. And you know what?
Yeah.
It can be a beautiful park. It in a bad neighborhood, but a worsening neighborhood.
You know why John doesn't announce there? Because this is something I've always known about John. Yes, he is a great conservative. But you know what? He's not that great of a Republican, and he's definitely not a Democrat. He has participated in Republican causes, but he's not up here at our meetings. He sat on our executive committee more than once.
Yeah.
Just by default as a statutory member. And he'll put the heat to the Republican Party just like he'll put the heat to anybody.
Oh, absolutely. I've seen him go after what at least I assume are very good friends of his live on the.
I didn't speak to John for 2 years, and we blocked each other on Facebook several years ago. I think it was when I ran against Corey in an open primary for a county commission. John came at me hard. I don't remember what he said or did, and I don't remember what I did back. And we went silent with each other for a couple of years, and then we eased back in. We respect each other to where it's to be. Let's be clear. I'll say it once again. John would be a good mayor.
He would. Yeah, I don't disagree.
I don't live in the city. As of right now, that's who I'd vote for.
Yeah, I do live in the city.
That's probably who you're voting for.
Yeah, well, and what I'm wondering.
Unless you run.
No.
Kevin Jennings for mayor.
It's crossed my mind, and then it went away quickly.
You know what? Maybe you should do for $100. We'll chip in, and we'll have you run for state senate.
We talked about that before.
Just so that Sue Shink doesn't have anybody. We have not found a candidate to run against her. I did get a message the other day from a guy here in Jackson. I don't know who it is, asking about it, and I'm like, yeah, we really need a person, but you've got a lot of work to do.
Yeah. Well, plus, like we talked about, then I'd be a statutory member of your
that's true.
Of your group, and then I'd have to do things.
No, because half our statutories don't do anything anyhow. More than half.
So I can just be here, be a pain in the butt. I'm already doing that.
If I could use your proxy,
right? I mean,
we won't even go there without.
No, that's an off-air conversation.
That is, I already hold enough proxies. I'll put it to you that way. In perpetuity. It's not really in perpetuity until November 26th.
Well, that's a long time. In the political world?
Yeah, it had to be done.
Yeah. Well,
Just using the rules.
Hey, well, I mean, I think that's an issue that Republicans have is using the rules, but maybe the little sneaky snake side of them, where Democrats are great at it.
They are real good at. Now, me using the rules to obtain the proxies that I have wasn't really sneaky snake. It's black and white, pure as day in our bylaws that every member should read and hasn't.
Yep.
It's just that I got people that read the bylaws for me.
And see,
and because I don't read bylaws, Kevin.
Oh no. That's one thing that I always love. I would be a great politician because I'm really good at loopholes. Okay, well, why isn't anybody doing this? It says we can. Oh well, because that's just not the way it goes. Oh well, I'm doing it.
I got people like Chris and Ray Snell and a lot of people out there that are those guys. Now, I didn't get that idea on the proxy thing. Another county chair told me about it.
Of course.
And I'm like, huh? And I went to my bylaws, or Chris did, and we're like, yeah, you can do that. And so I promise,
yes,
I promise everybody here, and I promise the persons that give me the proxies that I won't abuse it.
Well, and that's the thing is that you put yourself out there enough and people know you well enough in your voting record, everything like that, to know that that proxy isn't going to, you're not using that proxy to, wiggle in the back door or do something that's going to disrupt everything. It's going.
I have a key to the front door. Why do I need to wiggle into the back door?
And sometimes the back door, it's not my birthday. So,
if it's detrimental to the Jackson Republican Party in our efforts to elect Republicans is when I am going to use those proxies.
Yeah.
And we just had a special meeting last week on some bylaw changes. That's all. After that, I do not want to be in any meeting in the next 10 months that has anything to do other than electing Republicans.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm so dead serious about it.
You've been very clear about that for a very long time.
I don't want to deal with bylaws. I don't want to deal with anything that isn't election related. That's why we exist. It's game time. We have 10 innings, right?
Yeah.
Count on our fingers. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. 8 months. We have an 8-inning game here.
Yep.
And I do not want to be distracted by anything but elections. And you can call me a piece of shit all day long, but guess what? That's why we're here. That's why I'm doing this.
And I think the more important way to look at it too is this is it's not just an 8-inning game. It's literally the 8 innings left in the 7th game of the World Series. If you use that, I mean, it's
the future of our state is at stake here.
Yeah. And
if it's another 4 years or 8 years of Democratic rule, I'm not sticking around for it.
You know what? I've said the same thing, and I've said that to you, and I agree. There are a lot freer states,
and I don't want to move.
Yeah.
I want to spend a couple months a year in Florida.
Yeah, who doesn't?
But I don't want to move. I love the state. I love Jackson, and I want to stay, but I can't do it no more. So the future of our state is at risk here, and I feel that the Republicans need to be elected up and down the ticket. And it starts with Mike Rogers for U.S. Senate. My God, do we need a U.S. Senator representing Michigan, a Republican? And then, but we have to hold our house. We have to regain the state Senate, governor, SOS, and AG.
Yeah.
I want the trifecta.
The Holy Trinity.
One, give us a shot.
I mean,
now, that being said, I'm a Trump we trust guy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting a little worried about Trump right now.
I play both sides of it. I waver in between. I'm really on the fence about it a lot of times. And I'm actually more in that boat now than I was a couple weeks ago. Just because I'm really big about the way the world looks at America. And I think for a very long time, we were going off reputation, but no action regarding it as being a superpower. And Trump goes, okay, we're going to do this, and Iran's going to do this, or we're going to bomb to the Stone Age. And now he's caught so much heat from that. Yeah. But that's exactly the kind of American attitude that made us great after World War II.
Peace through strength is where he's at. Steve Gruber, who is he used to be a reporter on one of the networks or something. He does his own thing. Steve Gruber said it yesterday. And listen, this is what we've all been thinking. Time to get it completed and finish the job and finish it right. No, but it's time. We can't continue on as I paid $4.19 a gallon.
Oh my God!
Open the freaking straits.
Well, and the other thing that I agree with Trump 100% on, and I think that needs to continue is the European countries need to help.
I think they have begun, but I think it's lackluster because Trump keeps bitching about it.
They don't. Yeah,
I'm still in Trump we trust mode, and guess what? I do not think this will be an endless war. Maybe the timing was perfect, but he's going to have to button this down because we're running into the midterms big time here.
Yeah, and I think he knows that. And you said it perfect. We got to finish the job. We haven't finished the job correctly in a very long time.
No,
we literally, the last time we finished a job, we did it incorrectly and we armed the Taliban.
I will tell you this. So the airplane got shot out of the sky.
That was crazy.
One of them was rescued immediately. The other one took a day and a half. Some colonel, and he did all of his training and headed up a mountain so that the beacon can see. And they used the CIA and everybody to trick them and save the guy.
They're gonna make a movie about
Saturday night. Oh, it's movie. By the way, sleepy boat Joe Biden, that guy would have been dead.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, like Joe was making any decisions anyway.
They would have never got the guy.
No, he would have.
Look how they withdraw from Afghanistan.
That's exactly what I was talking about.
Billions of dollars of equipment sitting there.
Yeah, we armed our enemies.
Yeah.
I watched them learn how to fly Apache helicopters. They didn't know how, and they crashed and died, a lot of them. And guess what? One day, one of them got it right. Now they're flying our Apache helicopters.
Trump ain't down with that.
No.
You're not going to see that with Trump.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
So the left is all pissed off because this plane that crashed is worth $1 kajillion.
Right.
It's a drop in the bucket compared to the equipment that Joe Biden left behind in Afghanistan.
Oh, my God.
The billions.
Yeah. I mean, literally, they crashed multiple Apache helicopters learning to fly them, and they still have a fleet of Apache helicopters.
Unbelievable. Yeah, Trump ain't down with that. I'm confident he's going to wrap this up, but he needs to hurry.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm only reacting because of the $4.19 a gallon gas.
Well, I think that's that's why most Americans are reacting. Someone brought up a good point, though. This oil, we're going to see this oil price hike affect more than just our gas pump.
Okay.
We use oil for a lot of things.
Everything you buy has to be shipped. So diesel is sky high, just like the gas in our cars. So ultimately, it's going to cost you more, even on that level.
Yeah. Want to even go even lower than that? You know what they use for fertilizer? Oil. They need oil to make fertilizer.
By the way, fertilizer comes from those countries. Something else I heard, jet fuel, majority around the world comes from Iran.
Oh, yeah?
So it's going to cost a lot to fly somewhere here pretty soon, I guess.
Yeah, well.
Hopefully your tickets are already purchased.
Yeah, it affects every aspect of your life.
No, Trump's got to figure it out. Yeah. A little worried.
But
I was also worried about, could Iran send out some nuclear bombs? I guess we don't worry about that no more.
Yeah, well, I have a very realistic approach when it comes to nuclear war. Every country knows that if they push the button, so is everybody else. There is no benefit to anyone to launch a nuke.
I know, but crazy people.
Yeah, but crazy people still don't want to die.
I think they do if there's enough virgins involved. Whatever they're wacky.
I think the higher up ones know that's all BS.
Kevin,
anyway.
I think I got a clip from Monica Tuma. I want you to play. I have to use the restroom.
Okay.
So play that, and then we're going to talk about that. And that's going to be very controversial to some of our viewers.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. I'll pull that up right now.
Block me out. I do have to do something.
Yep, gotcha. All right, guys, we're going to pull that up. Hopefully it comes through for you. All right, stand by, guys, because I don't want to Sorry about that, guys. The audio, we're having all kinds of technical difficulties, but give me just a moment. I'm going to restart that for everybody. All right, guys. This is Monica Yatuma's address after the nomination convention.
Here. And it's been a few days since convention now. I finally got some sleep and I wanted to get on, say hello, and address everybody because there's been a lot of different rumblings. And I've had a lot of my supporters come to me and they've said, Monica, how were you able to just get out so quickly and get behind Anthony and endorse him? And it's a really easy answer, guys. That was the right thing to do. If a lot of you recall in the campaign trail, you said to me, Monica, if you lost, would you get behind the winner? And I said, yeah, absolutely I would. And that's all that I did on Saturday. I don't feel like the convention was stolen. I feel like there were some things at play that were not fair to me, and we'll dive into that a little bit, but I don't believe that it changes the outcome. I believe wholeheartedly that Anthony won fair and square, and I support and endorse Anthony Forlini as our next Secretary of State candidate for the Republican Party. But what I want to address is the attacks on me that transpired 2 days before the convention, a day before the convention, and then the day of. So I'm just going to be very blunt here. The people that were responsible for attacking me were connected to the Amanda Love campaign, but the two people or the two individuals specifically were Amber Harris and Shane Trejo. And because that they are very sloppy amateurs, they used a phone number that they had previously used before to attack me, where they sent out an invitation for a Sunny Ready party. So it says this number that they used before, right? You can see they sent an invitation out for Sunny Ready, and it says, you're invited to Sunny Ready's victory party. We're so grateful for your leadership, friendship, blah, 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 blah. Reply out to unsubscribe. Thank you, Team Sunny Ready. How do we know this was Amber Harris? Because Amber Harris is employed by Sunny Ready, the vice chair of the Michigan Republican Party. She's not employed by the Michigan Republican Party. He pays her out of his own pocket separately from the party. So I want to be very clear about that. I also want to be very clear that I don't believe that Sunny Ready had anything to do with this. I do believe it was only Amber Harris and Shane Trejo. Shane Trejo, because he was attacking me in a Signal chat just before the last attack on Saturday went out at 2:15. So I want to be very clear about that. Now I want to address the allegations. The first message that went out claims that I brought in a Democrat infiltrator into the party, Nora Maddie. She is not that. Did Nora used to be a Democrat? Yes, she did. Nora's pro-life. She's religious, anti-LGBT, any of the stuff they were doing in the schools, and very pro-parental rights. She came to me at the end of 2022 and said, I like what you're doing. I want to help. And I said, well, I don't really trust you since you used to be a Democrat. I brought her on as volunteer to help and see what she was capable of doing. Nora Maddie more than proved her worth. She helped us go out and win multiple school board races and became a huge asset when we finally brought her on to help in 24, to win races, to help flip the Republican state house, and to also help Trump across the finish line. And so this text message that you see of me making the comments about going and promoting Alyssa Slotkin, also completely untrue, completely taken out of context. What you don't see is the text messages before what I wrote and after what I wrote. And you have to understand, I was attacked just before convention and everything was so time sensitive. I didn't have time to address it directly. And I also wanted to be respectful of the privacy of the Mike Rogers campaign, Billy Mackey, who was also involved, and the person that I actually sent this text message to. I'll be very quick and I'll just say this. The text message that I wrote about Alyssa Slotkin was sent out of anger, but also out of sarcasm. You'd understand if you saw the text messages that came before, but of course they didn't give you the context because they wanted to paint this narrative that I was some sort of Democrat operative or infiltrator or that I brought one in, and I'm not that at all. I never helped Alyssa Slotkin. I never would. I would never help any Democrat. We knocked doors for Mike Rogers. We passed out Mike Rogers lit. That was no issue. We worked really hard to get Mike Rogers elected. And I want you guys all to know that. And that's the truth about Nora and that text message. Now, regarding Amber Harris and Shane Trejo, I want to say this. they should be nowhere near the Republican Party. And I understand that Sonny Reddy pays Amber Harris separately out of his own pocket, but she helps with matters that touch on the Michigan Republican Party. And so she sees certain sensitive information. And I don't think she should be allowed to do that because her and Shane are self-professed or self-proclaimed libertarians, and they don't hide it. And this isn't the first time she's attacked a Republican in any way within our party. It's not the first time for Shane. They're constantly trying to tear down Republican candidates, including Mike Rogers. So I find it really hypocritical that they were trying to make it seem like that's what I was trying to do, when that was not the case at all. The best part about the Nora Maddie situation is that they tried to attack me with it, but just 2 weeks before they attacked me, Amber Harris was texting Nora Maddie, asking her for help with her candidates, her Republican candidates, to help get them across the finish line and how to recruit Republican candidates. So highly hypocritical. And it just goes to show what liars they are, that they know Nora Maddie is no Democrat or Democrat operative or infiltrator, but they just wanted to hit me. They wanted to attack me, knowing that they were lying when they were doing it, but they still did it. It's disgusting, it's vile, and it has no business or bearing anywhere near the Michigan Republican Party. I want to be very clear about that. And I want to address Jim Runstead and Sonny Reddy directly, that Amber Harris should be removed from anything that has to do with the Republican Party. She should not be near any of it. Amber Harris and Shane Trejo are both going to be sued for slander and defamation for the things that they accused me of that are completely untrue, because I think it's important to hold people accountable so that they can't just prance around and accuse people of all these things that are completely untrue. You guys need to understand that there are ramifications when you accuse somebody of something or when you lie about something, and it's never okay to do that. Now, this is not me saying that I have any issue with the result of Saturday's convention. I'm just really upset with the way that I was treated by the Republican Party, especially in their response when they tried to make it seem like I lied about what I was trying to tell you guys about these accusations. But the funny thing is I spoke to both Jim and Sonny in person. They acknowledged that Amber Harris was a problem and it would be addressed and dealt with. And I was told that I would get a retraction because everything that was said about me was a lie, which I never got. But that's okay, because I'm going to get that on my own. I'm not worried about that. What I didn't appreciate was the response that Mai got put out, essentially calling me a liar, although we had talked, Jim and I, and Sonny and I, and they acknowledged everything that I was saying and they agreed with it. That was the problem for me. And so that level of incompetence for me running the state party, that's not okay. And that's what needs to be addressed. I'll leave you guys with this. Going into November, it is not an option to lose to the Democrats. We need this AG seat. We need this SOS seat, and we have got to win the governor's seat. I don't know about you guys, but I could not live another 8 years under Democrat rule. So while this is a tough pill for some of you to swallow, and I get it that your candidate didn't win on Saturday, I know a lot of you, I was your candidate, and thank you. I appreciate all of you. My ask is that you please get out and help elect all the Republican candidates on our ticket, up and down our ticket, so that we can go out in November of 26 and beat the Democrats, because this is bigger than all of us. And there's nothing more important than going out and beating the Democrats. Thanks, everybody.
Well, I know that the live feed's a little bit behind where we're at. Sorry.
We're here?
Yeah, we're here. There we are. Yeah.
Did you see that, Kevin, when I sent that to you?
I didn't watch it. I treat this show like I treat all my shows.
So
I don't watch anything beforehand.
Over there pushing buttons. I'll touch on it as best I can, but I need you to look up. I think I sent you a statement from the Grand New Party and Shane Trejo.
Let me look.
I do believe I sent that to you. And Shane put this out through the Grand New Party days after Monica did this.
I don't see it. I only got 4 things from you. I got your statement, the Derek Doby's post, and Perry Johnson.
So let me see if I don't find it real.
No problem. While you're looking for that, like I said, I don't watch anything beforehand. I like to react in
Yeah,
real
I get it.
time, and that.
Okay.
Ooh,
All right.
weird.
I got the statement here, but let's talk about the video first.
Yes.
So, all right. The night, and I could screw this up, just like Monica said, it came so fast. The night prior to convention, a statement come out, a mass text that Monica Tuma's campaign worker, aide, manager, I don't know what it is,
Right.
whatever her name is, Maddie, last name Maddie, right? I don't know her, is a Democrat operative, and they painted the picture that Monica was a plant from the Democrats and don't vote for her. Now, I've been through several conventions, Kevin. This kind of rhetoric comes out on candidates the night before. You hardly even read them.
Right.
Right. It's sickening. It's bad.
Absolutely.
So, later I did read that one. Later that night, Monica put a post out saying, "Hey, that text message account belongs to Sunny Reddy," and through like she did in the video, where this number is associated to Sunny. It's been used in previous text messages through Sunny Reddy, and that she talked to Sunny, and Sunny said, "Yep, that's my account," and Amber Harris put that out. Okay. So I'm like this. I'm like, I don't know who to believe. I don't care. Right. And the next morning I wake up, and this is where I think maybe Monica, when she put that video out, maybe not have clicked this in. The Michigan Republican Party puts a statement out saying, no, that's not a number associated with Michigan Republican Party, and talked about IPNs and this and that, and trying to make it like it'd be random that this number would resurface or that it's bullshit.
Right.
But I picked up immediately, and I've noticed some others did too, and it never has been addressed, that the statement wasn't signed. It was on Michigan GOP letterhead saying that this is all a bunch of hooey. And I'm like, well, a person could also throw that out fraudulently.
Yeah, I can make Michigan GOP letterhead right now.
Okay. So let's talk about Shane Trejo, Amber Harris, who I know relatively well.
Right.
Monica Tuma, who we only know a little bit from the campaign.
Right.
Right. I have no reason not to distrust her. Yes, Shane can be very controversial. He isn't friendly to the Republican Party. He isn't friendly about Mike Rogers. And of course, anything Shane's vocal about, Amber's right there.
Right.
All right. I was a member of the Grand New Party with them. Okay. I know them. I trust them, but I also know how they operate. This is outside their normal realm that I'm aware of, but I wouldn't be surprised if the accusation that Monica put out against them isn't true. Where there's smoke, there's fire, and this whole Amber thing. All right, I do know this. Amber Harris has worked for Sunny at some capacity over the last couple of years. She was Sunny Reddy's campaign manager when he ran for he's on the Wayne State Board of Regents.
Okay.
And they're tight. They're close. And then Amber, I watched the stream. There was a special stream of Rescue Michigan. Wasn't a Sunday night. It was a special stream. With Amber Harris. And Amber gets on there with Adam D'Angeli and announces that she's a libertarian, and that she was encouraging people to look at the Libertarian Party and to vote Libertarian. It was phenomenal to me. I couldn't believe what I was watching. Okay?
Right.
Now, I have not seen where Shane has announced he's a libertarian. Boy, we could probably assume that he is. Okay.
Yeah.
There has been a big, all of a sudden, it's a problem if you're a libertarian and you're trying to be a Republican.
Yeah,
It used to be we're one and the same, but a little different. You know how that is. Now it's bad. If you're libertarians are infiltrating the Republican Party, I don't know where I sit on that. But I put this all together. It wouldn't surprise me if what Monica said was true. I do not know them to go as far as that. I don't know Monica well enough to say that what she was claiming is or isn't true.
Right.
Okay? I don't know what to think about this. I really don't. I do know this. Watching that video, her bringing up Mike Rogers, Shane Trejo's hatred and attempts to ruin Mike Rogers' campaign, and it sounds like Monica was quite effective in the Rogers campaign the last time around,
right?
That it might revolve around a lot of that. I don't know. Why did they go out of their way to try to destroy Monica over Amanda? They did not work directly for Amanda Love's campaign. They were not employees. If anything, they were supporters, and I do know the Grand New Party endorsed Amanda Love. So would you go to that extent to destroy Monica in that regard, like Monica says? Here's another one. Monica says that they're sloppy and amateurs. They're not.
No.
They are not.
That's one thing I do know.
They are not amateurs.
They're very thorough.
Amber Harris is well known in campaigns. She was at the forefront of the strength of the Oakland County Republican Party. She was their executive director, on and on, helped bring Trump to their Lincoln Day dinner.
Right.
Amber has a way of running campaigns. She knows what the hell she's doing. And Shane Trejo, the same thing. They're they are not amateurs.
No, they're very anything I've ever seen from them about or heard about them, they're very thorough, actually.
So I can't believe Amber and Shane would be that sloppy to use Sonny's number. They could purchase their own text message. Matter of fact, I think the Grand New Party might have their own. You
can make a Google Voice number for free.
Right. So why, unless it was done, maybe it was a sloppy move on their part. I don't know what to think about it. I have all the reasons in the world to trust Monica Atuma.
Yeah.
Okay. And I didn't believe that this Maddie girl that's been connected to her for a long time with the nonprofits and their organizations she has ran to help get Republicans elected. I don't know her, but she's admitted the girl used to be a Democrat. Is Monica Atuma a Democrat plant? I don't freaking think so. If so, she's the best salesman I've ever seen.
I don't think she is. I think the whole Democrat plant thing is always sketchy. Yeah. I mean, they're there. But I don't know. Overall, my overall reaction to it, watching it, was this seems very cat fighty.
It is,
and the biggest reason is, okay, she, talks about Shane, she talks about Amber, but when it all comes down to it, it's Amber's got to go. Amber. She doesn't want to go at Shane for whatever reason.
Well, she does suggest that everybody should distance themselves from Shane Trejo and the Republican Party, which we've done. Even I have.
Yeah, she's explicitly asked to have Amber removed from the Republican Party.
Okay, check this out. So Amber, she claims that Amber's still employed by Sonny Reddy. Sonny Reddy is now the Michigan GOP co-chair.
Okay.
And that she's kind of accusing that maybe Amber still works for Sonny and must do work for Sonny in reference to Michigan GOP, like his assistant. Okay. And so Sonny Reddy, there's a new Michigan GOP headquarters, and I've been told, I don't know if it's true, I don't have no reason not to believe it, that the Michigan GOP not having enough money, that Sonny's paying for that headquarters out of his own pocket.
Okay.
So she's claiming that Amber still works for Sonny and he pays her out of pocket, and that she has access to critical things that could affect the Michigan GOP. I don't know if that's the case or not.
Okay.
I'm not saying that might not be true.
Yeah. But
I do know Amber, I wasn't thrilled with it. Amber announced she's a libertarian on Rescue Michigan. So
Right.
why would you? So another thing. So after Sonny Reddy was elected to be the new co-chair after Bernadette Smith left to run for U.S. Senate,
Mhm.
I can't make this shit up.
I know
But
it's deep too.
we elected Sonny. Sonny's a great guy. He's helped the party. No one's ever said anything bad about Sonny. We elected him unanimously, I believe. And maybe a week after we elected him, he had a district chair, county chair, Zoom to get to know all of us, right?
Right.
And we get on the Zoom, and there's Sonny, and you know who was the producer for it was Amber. And I remember thinking, oh, why is Amber doing that? She's not even in the Republican Party anymore. She announced she's a libertarian. But I just left it alone because I knew in the back of my mind that Amber was important to Sonny. And that's all I left of that. Well, others were thinking the same thing I did, and their hair was on fire over the fact that Amber was even remotely near this call. And I assumed that maybe that Michigan GOP have taken care of this. Sonny, I had heard that Sonny said he didn't know Amber wasn't a Republican anymore or had announced that she's a libertarian. All of a sudden, so they get a new headquarters, and Sonny's a great guy. And next thing you know, this surfaces. Oh, my God.
So
does Sonny have too much trust in Amber? And should he? I don't know. Listen, Amber Harris is a political machine.
Yeah, I mean, she's always moving and shaking. I can't keep track of what she's into.
She's been significant in Republican causes over the years.
She's been on the show a few times, and every time it's been a different scenario, a different organization, a different. Last time she was on, she was talking about Bitcoin.
To her fault. Tell you, she's got her hands in too many things.
Probably.
I don't know what to say or think or do about that. I am happy that Monica, wholeheartedly endorses Anthony Ferlini and is going to work her butt off in any capacity to get him elected, and not blame Ferlini or really even Amanda Love, other than she did associate those two with Amanda's campaign.
Well, that was her direct opponent, I suppose.
Shane comes out with this. Uh-oh. I had it too, damn it. No, it's still here. It's just got to load. Shane comes out with a statement. This is 3 days ago. The idea that we need to remove certain Republicans, disenfranchise them, toss them from the party, marginalize them, and shrink the big tent is a foolish one and is pushed by power seekers who care more about preserving their perceived status within the party than growing the movement and winning. Okay, that's not the statement. Here, read full statement. Let's do that. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here.
We could
addressing candidate lawfare threats because she threatened to sue him.
Yeah, libel and slander, which is ridiculous. That's one of the hardest lawsuits to prove.
I thought that too. I'm like, just move on, Monica.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is from the Grand New Party, and what I took from this from the beginning, oddly, he referenced I. The Grand New Party is made up of members.
Right.
Okay. We know who runs the Grand New Party. It's Shane. Okay.
Right.
But still, he uses I. I always try to put convention drama to rest following what can often be contentious and divisive events, but for the purpose of freedom of speech, this issue has to be addressed. Mm-hmm. I am reaching out to address recent lawfare threats that have been made against me by Monica and Tuma. Now, he didn't say me and Amber. He said me. Former Secretary of State candidate and Republican precinct delegate. In her recent video published on social media, I was accused of making false statements and attacks against Monica. Monica also is calling for my removal from the Republican Party. As a duly elected precinct delegate myself, this would be a violation of state law. Right. Additionally, the First Amendment of the Constitution makes it clear that criticism of public officials is protected speech. Supreme Court cases such as whatever, it doesn't matter, have made it abundantly clear that it is the core of fundamental rights to levy criticism towards those in public office and seeking public office. Also, Michigan has strict laws against what are known as strategic lawsuits against political participation. Slap. Slaps are an infamous lawfare tactic used to punish and stifle dissent.
Yep.
Any lawsuit filed against me over claims I made would clearly represent a slap, as I will now demonstrate. Addressing the claim, Monica has threatened lawfare against me over my claim that she employed Democrat infiltrator Nora Maddie to run operations for her nonprofit, then lied about it to delegates. When confronted about her association, Monica said the following, and it doesn't matter. There's a text thread here about that she addressed on there, right? After it was demonstrated that Nora Maddie ran Monica's nonprofit group and that the two, in fact, were close, I asked Monica several questions that she refused to answer, several text message blasts, none of which my phone rang. None of which were sent by me, went out to delegates detailing Nora and Monica's close association. It is worth noting that Nora Maddie is not like RFK or Tulsi Gabbard, Democrats who authentically got on board with MAGA. Those types of people should be embraced wholeheartedly. However, Nora Maddie remained, in caps, a Democrat organizer even as she ran operations for Monica's nonprofits. She organized the far left Youth Democrats Future Slate 23, blah, blah, blah. As a matter of fact, Nora Maddie, okay, fine, she might be an operative. I'm skipping that.
Yeah.
There is more I could get into about that in the crux of the situation. I always want to make it clear, abundantly clear, that I want to run no one out of the Republican Party due to personality disputes. We need all hands on deck. Okay, voters show up. Much of the work. Okay, my point here is, he kind of admitted that it happened, but he's not him. He didn't include Amber in the message. He addressed it as I on the Grand New Party page.
Right.
Now, part of the reason I'm not in the Grand New Party anymore is because I don't know why there's a board. Shane runs the Grand New Party.
Yeah, that's abundantly clear.
We would vote for things, but Shane did what he wanted to do, whether you liked it or not, which most of the time I wasn't opposed to Shane. But I was constantly defending the Grand New Party because the Grand New Party did wonderful things. We knocked doors for Brian Ignatowski and all kinds of candidates and this and that. But Shane was outwardly opposed to Mike Rogers.
Yeah, very much so.
On and on. So, too much to read, but I didn't like his statement.
I no, his statement was odd, especially for Shane, who's usually very more calculated, I guess.
And it was days after Monica's video.
Yeah,
it's not like he got pissed and fired it off.
No, he sat and thought about that. And I'm sure that the I was a change from we, or I mean, I think it was an attempt to maybe separate himself in the situation from the Grand New Party.
Maybe this falls solely on Amber.
Maybe it's all made up.
Maybe every bit of it's made up. Maybe it's all a psyop.
Yeah, as
I thought of that.
Yeah, it's very much so an outsider.
Saturday morning of the convention, I thought it all could be made up.
Yeah, I mean, everything.
Maybe Monica made it up. Maybe Amber made it up. Maybe Shane made it up. Maybe the Grand New Party made it up. Maybe Anthony Ferlini made it up. What do you know? I'm doubting Anthony did.
Yeah, I doubt Anthony. My question is, what does it matter?
You know what? It doesn't matter at the end of the day. And I don't think Monica has a lawsuit. Is there a slander there?
I mean,
I don't know.
It would be so hard to prove. And she's a businesswoman. I think she's smarter than that. But I think
she make that video out of anger.
I think she did. I think honestly, because she said, it was days later after the convention. She spent some time, but you know what? At the end of the day, it was festering in her, and she had to say something.
And I will say this about Monica: she has a pissy streak.
Yep.
it's been kind of exposed. I've never experienced it to where
No, but we've
she's
seen
easy
it.
to piss off.
Yeah. She attacked Amanda.
Right.
I mean, over some personal things.
I think they're claiming that the sister video of Amanda's sister coming out saying that Amanda's a horrible person and a whore.
Oh yeah,
it was horrible. It was bad.
Yeah.
I think the accusation was that that's something that Monica's people dug up. I don't know.
And that's, I mean, that is what it is, and that's unfortunately politics.
So it is.
But it doesn't matter in the end. Honestly, I think that video, if it was just the public saw it, would make her very much so unelectable in the future. That makes it, to me, that's like, oh, why is everything so personal? Why isn't it business?
It's hard to do, and I've been in similar situations, not to that degree. It's hard to do. Sometimes you just need to keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, just
move on.
You know what? Take the loss. Take it on the chin.
And you can say that you're all in on Anthony Ferlini. It's all in your actions.
Well, actually, in this situation,
and I don't think that. I think Monica will be all in on Anthony.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not saying that she won't, but words don't mean shit.
Yeah, exactly. And it really,
money where your mouth is.
This is the weird situation where no action is actually, I think, the smartest and the biggest action out of her, because you can be all in for Anthony Forlini as long as you're not against it. I mean, that's fine. You're not doing any harm.
Sonny Reddy's a stand-up guy. If there's truth to what Monica was saying, you think Sonny would have been dealing with that?
Yeah, I think that's a stretch. That's kind of the cat fighty thing. The other thing I wrote down is
cat fighty thing. It's
cat fight-ish, cat fighty. But the whole libertarian infiltrating the Republican Party thing is insane to me. Why? They created their own party. Why would, I mean,
so are they trying to join the Republican Party, or are they trying to recruit people from the Republican Party to the Libertarian Party? Because what Amber's announcement on Rescue Michigan was, come over to the Libertarian Party.
Right.
So, but then we're getting word out, hey, watch out, libertarians are infiltrating the Republican Party. And listen, we've got a new executive committee member and a new precinct delegate that came directly from the Jackson Hillsdale Libertarian Party.
Right.
They disbanded. I used to go over there and go to their meetings, and all it was a hardcore bunch of Republicans.
Yeah. I mean, the Libertarian Party, again, was created, and it's always been Republicans and Democrats. Really, it's the middle ground for a long time. Now it's gone back and forth. But it doesn't make any sense for the Libertarian. Okay, let me back up. So my point is you're trying to recruit Republicans constantly. Well, whether you declare it or not, everybody's one or the other, unfortunately, or one of three. Like, they're already in a party. They vote one way.
Well, they're not. The biggest voter base is the independents that don't have party affiliation, and you want those people.
Yeah, but those people also, if you look at their voting record, I guarantee you it leans one way or the other.
You know?
So recruiting now,
you want to encourage people from other parties to walk away, and we make it difficult for Democrats to join the Republican Party. We make it difficult for libertarians now to join the Republican Party.
You make it hard for Republicans to stay in the Republican Party sometimes.
You just said that.
I did.
Now, Shane's message, and he's not off point. He's been saying it everywhere, that people who claim to be Republican or Democrat is a small fraction, and that the Republicans need to be focusing on those independent voters, and we're losing them if we're not putting up better Republicans.
Right. I think that's the best start. But the whole recruitment thing, infiltrate to recruit, I mean, it doesn't matter. The chair of
there's always a boogeyman.
The chair of the National Libertarian Party can walk into one of your events and talk to all of your delegates and everything. And there's nothing illegal about it. I don't think it's shady. That's the game.
I know on a local level, we went through that with some of our members in Jackson that were afraid that Democrats from the Jackson Democratic Party are going to infiltrate the party. They don't have time for that.
No,
they will flush themselves out.
They're dealing with this kind of stuff.
By the way,
just as much.
A good example, and I'll say it right now, is Chris Davis. You know, I sided with him beginning, and you know, he was a young man. He doesn't know if he's a Republican or a Democrat.
Right.
The first ones to get to him is the one that you might be able to make him a decent Republican.
Yeah.
But instead, they kicked him in the curb, and I think he's joined the Democrats.
See, and I think that's few and far between. I think that most of the time if you say you're a Republican and you get kicked out of the party, I don't think it's as often that they just go right to the Democrats. Now, also out of spite,
there's members that say I'm not a Republican, so there's that.
Out of spite, I could see that too. If you got kicked out of a party, I'm going, screw it. Let's go fight for the.
Yeah, they're mad at you. You're not the Republican they say you should be, so that means you're not a Republican.
Come on, exactly. Really? Yeah, so it's a whole mess.
I'm glad it's over. We got our candidates.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I had to pee.
Yeah, no.
So let's play that and we'll talk about that.
We could have done a whole show on that alone.
We should have kicked off
that kind of stuff is the stuff I like. I mean, again, though, at the end of the day,
maybe that should be on your next manifesto episode.
I'm changing the setup of that show. I have a new idea, and I'm not ready to explain it on the air yet, but yeah, no, it's stuff like that. That stuff right there.
You had a good point. Monica should have just moved on.
Mm-hmm. She looks like a sore loser.
And maybe behind the scenes, if Amber or Shane were responsible for it, behind the scenes, work that and get them in the long run. Why would you have to run out publicly to announce that you're going to sue them? You're not scaring Shane Trejo with a lawsuit.
Oh God, no.
He's like, bring it on.
Yeah, that is something for me.
No, I did think of this. Shane dislikes Mike Rogers so much that in the way she kept saying the Mike Rogers campaign in 24, and Amber is right there always with Shane on anything. Maybe at the end of the day, they dislike Monica because her association with Mike Rogers' campaign. I don't know.
And again, why does that matter?
It doesn't, you know.
I mean, it's all high school drama, text messages.
Poor Amanda.
Oh, you know, right? She just left out to dry.
She goes, boy, I got some people supporting me.
Well, here's the deal, too. Anthony Forlini, say he gets elected, and Monica and Amanda are both standing there looking for a job. He's going to hire Amanda.
He's told me he'd hire either one of them.
Yeah, I mean, they're both qualified.
If you watch that video, you think maybe Monica's angling for a job with Anthony Ferlini, but I don't think Monica needs a job at the Secretary of State.
I think that she'd be a liability. If I was hiring, I'd say I was hiring her for a fry.
You don't think Amanda wouldn't be a liability?
She's not going to go out live and put Republicans down.
Amanda came out with an eloquently written statement supporting Anthony.
Yeah, and I can see that.
I think her statement came out before Monica's. I'm not certain.
Yeah.
They both put out a statement. Hey, we're all in. We're good to go. Amanda did good, and then I haven't heard from Amanda.
And Amanda's been very clear on this show, and on any time I've seen her or heard anything from her, that she was going to full-fledged support whoever wins to that,
and not go anywhere.
And I believe her 100%.
She got 20 years in campaigning.
I don't believe Monica. There's something. It maybe because she's not a politician. She's a businesswoman.
True. So
now, if her rival business person did something shady like that, that's how you react.
Oh, yeah.
But
it's kind of Trumpish. That's how Trump reacts.
Yeah,
Trump punches back no matter how you come at him.
Trump's the president of the United States, not the loser of the nomination for the Republican Michigan SOS. You know, it's
guess what? It's over, and Anthony
that's over.
Ferlini won fair and square, and everybody says that. So leading up to it was a little messy.
Yeah, and actually, at the end of the day, that's what she said. She's like, "Hey, I support him. He won fair and square." Then we're not talking about election integrity. We're not talking about.
And it took Stick to the Plan podcast a week and a half later to bring it back up once when everybody forgot. Maybe
we
left
it
lie.
The good news is not much. Not many chatters today, but we had plenty of views though. Lots of views going on.
All right,
so.
that's good. Let's say our announcements. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, let's do that.
right.
Yeah, my brain is broken now.
After that video,
I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
When you sent that to me, I thought it was just gonna be a fluff video, and then I thought because I didn't know anything.
I sent it to you a week ago too.
You sent it. Maybe I might have missed. For some reason, our communication lines have not.
By the way,
changed.
there's another Kevin Jennings in my phone.
Is that you've been sending stuff to?
on the phone side, not on Messenger.
I wonder if
and I think it's your old number.
It might be my voice number too. I was using for a while, but
you weren't getting.
I still have that number, so.
Guess where you get information of upcoming events and things going on at the Jackson GOP?
Is it by any chance this place right here, jxngop.org?
Yes, up there in the corner.
Yeah.
By the way, we
is
are
it in the corner
of the Republican Party.
Oh, it shouldn't be in the
under
corner.
the Oaks, and we do not endorse Derek Dobies for mayor.
No.
I don't care where he makes the announcement.
No.
He can make it at Russ Jennings' front door. No, he can't.
He wouldn't.
He'd have to do it in the street, and then there'd still probably be an incident.
There was an incident.
But anyways, jacksongop.org for everything you need to know.
That's not even his jurisdiction. That's not even the city. Why would he be there?
Don't underestimate the Derek Dobies. Perry Johnson, April 13th, right here at the Jackson GOP.
Yep.
Doors will open at 5:30. The event starts at 6:30. Perry will talk for as long as he wants to talk, and he's feeding everybody yummy pizza, and the ladies are making some salad. Somebody requested, do you have gluten-free options? I was like, who asked that? It's free pizza.
Pizza is...
Yes, we do have it. You can have some frickin' salad.
Gluten-free pizza.
Who asked that? They registered and said, do you got gluten-free options? It's free.
Is it my ex-mother-in-law? She does that stuff.
Well, here's my thing. If anybody's coming up here for free pizza, it's because Perry Johnson's going to be here.
Yeah.
It's mixed up. Did I have to go there? That gets my blood pressure up.
Yeah, that's strange.
I never forget a time we had a Under the Oak Speaker Series, and a guy come up here that I'm not going to mention his name, and he comes 10 minutes after the event started, and he says, listen, I already ate dinner. Do I have to pay to get in? I don't need any pizza. No one's here to eat Little Caesars pizza.
No.
It's a fundraiser, and it was for, at the time, because Perry Johnson's is not a fundraiser. He don't want your money.
No.
He just wants you to come up and eat
Actually,
some free pizza.
He wants to give you money. He
wants to give you $4,747 a year. $47.47.
I saw that.
April 18th, we have a precinct delegate recruitment event.
Sign up day, it says.
Sign up day. So if you're a current precinct delegate, or if you want to be a precinct delegate, you come up to the Jackson GOP, I think between 10 and 3 p.m. We'll have a notary here. The county clerk will be here, and we'll be signing people up. The affidavits will be available. You just come up. Do it. One-stop shop.
So you have confirmed the notary? Because last time you weren't sure about the notary.
We had to pay for one.
Cool.
So the notary will be here. So if you're an existing precinct delegate, you have to have your affidavit of identity into the county clerk by May 5th. So you might as well come up here on April 18th, and we will
just get it done.
Care of it all.
Get it done.
Or if you want to be a precinct delegate, slots are available everywhere. April 18th, I think 10 a.m. to 3.
Yeah, you got 10 to 3 on the website.
And I will be filling out my affidavit at the April 18th.
Might as well.
Why would I go to the county clerk's office? It sucks over there.
It's a whole thing. And you get notaries.
It's at the Tower Building. You don't have to go through security, but still.
Oh, the Tower Building is weird to me. It reminds me of the entrance to the MIB in the Men in Black movies. It's like you walk in and you're like, this is a weird place.
But anyways,
anyway, no matter.
Skip. It's a Saturday. If you go to the clerk's office, you got to go during business hours, all that. Just come up Saturday and fill out your affidavit.
They don't have snacks at the Tower Building.
You know what? I'm not aware of snacks that day.
I mean, either.
But when do we have an event without snacks?
Yeah, they don't offer snacks at the Tower Building. I'm assuming there'll at least be coffee.
We can get together for just a little meeting, and someone usually has cookies.
Yeah.
There's snacks.
The other day, I was picking up something from the studio. I went to grab a water, and there was cookies in the fridge, and I ate a cookie. I mean, it wasn't even an event.
Yeah. And by the way, Judy don't throw nothing out. Ralph Rebrandt wants to do the same thing Perry Johnson's doing in May, and we're shooting for May 18th. That is not confirmed, but Ralph Rebrandt, candidate for governor. wants to do the same thing Perry Johnson's doing and pay for people's food to come hear him talk. You know what? I like Ralph. Personally, I like him. He is a good guy.
I don't think I've met him.
I like Ralph a lot. I think his chances of being governor are real slim. I wish him luck. That's been a lot of controversy about cutting him out of events and stuff. But one thing the Jackson GOP doesn't do, we don't gatekeep.
Yeah.
We've had Carla Wagner here.
Mm-hmm.
We've had Anthony Hudson here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have Ralph Rebrandt here.
Mm-hmm.
We're an all-access GOP in the primary. It just is what it is. I don't blame the ones that do gatekeep. It's their business. It's their committee. They can do what they want.
Right.
But Ralph will be here, and Ralph's paying for the food, too. I'll let everybody know. I think it'll be May 18th.
Okay.
Justin Griffiths for District 47.
Mm-hmm.
His wife's basketball team.
Oh, yeah.
She is an assistant coach for the University of Michigan women's basketball
Yep.
team. Made it to the Elite Eight, and then they lost their game.
Yep.
But good job
One hell of a
to
run.
Mrs. Griffiths,
Yeah,
who I've
congratulations.
never met.
No, me neither.
But they made Elite Eight. That's no joke.
No, and I mean
So, anyways,
it was a good game. It was a good.
Justin's been running around the last few weeks with his
Mhm.
wife because they've been in the March Madness
Yeah.
tournaments.
Or they're down in Texas, I believe.
All over.
I think they're
But he's back in. He's
Oh.
back campaigning. He's coming hard. So we just buttoned down.
Perfect
I screwed
timing.
up the date. Justin will be. We're going to have a announcement fundraiser here at the Jackson GOP with hors d'oeuvres and all that stuff for Justin on May 11th. It looks like.
11th. Okay.
So come back, see Justin, and give him some money. It costs money to win elections,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a fundraiser.
Yeah.
So let's help Justin. Do you know if you live in District 47, you are represented in Lansing by a crazy Democrat,
Wackadoo.
leftist?
Cut off
Do you
children's
live in Napoleon?
genitals.
Do you live in Summit? Do you
Yeah.
live in Norval? Do you live in Half of Grass Lake or Columbia Township? You're represented by a crazy liberal,
Mhm.
and we have a candidate to remove her.
Yeah.
So pay attention. Guess where you can find out information on that?
JacksonGOP.org.
JacksonGOP.org.
Yeah, check that out.
The backbone to any county GOP, we can fundraise with events all day long, but the backbone to paying the bills and getting Republicans elected is through membership. And the Jackson GOP has 4 membership options. 4.
Okay.
And you can find them at jacksongop.org.
Mm-hmm.
We have a 300 Club. We have these other ones. I always forget their name. 3 other, where you pay a monthly amount to help fund the Jackson GOP. Absolutely. Nobody gets paid. I don't get paid. No one gets paid. We have a volunteer in the office next to us right now, don't we, Kevin?
Yeah. I just talked to her.
Right? Everybody's a volunteer. The money that we generate helps elect Republicans. So check out jacksongop.org membership and consider becoming one of our memberships, one of our members.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Yard sign. Jackson GOP can help any size campaign
Mm-hmm.
with yard signs. Cheap. They're located right here in the office. So if you need yard signs
The
for
correct
your
term
campaign,
is inexpensive.
Huh?
It's inexpensive. Cheap
not cheap.
stuff you get from China.
Inexpensive.
Inexpensive.
Affordable.
Yes. And actually, brand new sponsor of Grandma's Boy Media
Will be them.
are those guys. That ad campaign will launch tomorrow. So
Okay, yeah. It's called Yard Sign Sales LLC.
yep.
Just yard
Yardsignsales.com.
signs. There's a website and everything.
Yeah, Yard Sign Sales. It's a nice
So-
website.
Doesn't matter if you're a statewide candidate
Mhm.
or you're running for mayor.
Or even if you're not a candidate and you just want some yard signs for
Just
your
say
event.
garage sale or whatever.
Yeah.
Waltz crawlers, whatever it is.
Mhm.
Right here in Jackson.
Yeah.
We got the yard sign.
24-hour turnaround. No extra fees.
Are you sure about that?
That's what the website says.
24-hour turnaround.
That's what the website says.
All right. Well, Yard Sign Sales LLC.
Yep. Yardsignsales.com is the website.
You can get hold of the Jackson GOP and we can help you with that.
Mhm.
Okay. And then, that's all I got for announcements. I'm good. I
Awesome.
got the Derek Dobies things under here, but we beat that to death.
Yeah, there's lots of controversy going on. And real quick, I know we're running over, but I remembered midway through the show and I wanted to ask you, but there is a podcast I found just randomly going through Rumble, who invited us on. They are very interested on how the money flows from the federal, state, local GOP. And I said, oh, what? They found out that you are, the chair of the Jackson GOP, and you are very educated in that.
We are not funded by the Michigan GOP or their National Republican Committee.
That's what I told them, and they would like to have us on one day. So I'm working that out. But
I would jump on that.
I figured you would. I think they're not from Michigan, but it's every I think every state's the same.
Well, I'm going to guarantee you could be a county GOP in Colorado and you're not getting money from the RNC.
Yeah.
Now, you might be getting it from the Colorado Republican Party. I just know that none of the county parties, all 83 in Michigan, are not. We do not receive any money from the Michigan GOP.
It doesn't flow up or down.
When you give a donation to the RNC or the Michigan GOP, none of the money flows down. Mm-hmm. Now, we don't pay them either.
Yeah. You don't pay dues.
Jackson GOP is not required to pay to fund the RNC or the Michigan GOP. But we're our own organization, and our goal is to elect Republicans.
Yeah, I'll reach out to them tonight. We'll announce for sure
on that.
next week. They also do Mondays, but they do Monday evenings.
Oh, yeah.
So it would be like a Zoom call. So.
I can help explain that.
Yeah, I was like, I think
all my county chairs will be. If I get the word out, they'll be on that, watching that. If anybody wants to explain that,
when they brought that up, I was like, wow.
I've had phone calls before from donors to the Michigan GOP, somehow call me, and they were adamant that money flows down to the county GOPs. And when I tell them that it doesn't, and they're like, oh, and I says, our money might go as far as helping a state rep, but it's to help maybe county commissioners, your sheriff, your county clerk, your county prosecutor.
Right.
That's why we try to generate money. I say state rep on down. Now, if we have a gob of money, we might give to governor's races and all that.
It'd be more, or give to another GOP. You got a candidate.
Do that after we help our local candidates, our local Republicans. That comes first.
Yeah. Well, then the concern they had that really sparked with me is that they're like, well, yeah, we would really like to know what the local party's doing with all the money they're getting from the. And I'm like, whoa. So we'll announce about that next week.
I don't know about other states. I do know.
And I'll look into that too.
Hey, let me tell you,
I'll do the research.
The RNC isn't help funding any county party throughout the nation. I would assume if they're not helping you fund Michigan.
Yeah, now, if they are, you should probably make a
state
call.
Party might. I know Michigan GOP does not, never has. So
I'm assuming that's universal, but I don't know that for sure. So tune in next week.
So
if you
maybe Brian Ignatowski next week.
Let me know.
Get this, Deb Drick from Livingston County she does that the Right Side podcast.
Yeah,
she had those people on that got harassed at the slushy place in Ann Arbor.
Oh yeah,
the smoothie shop.
Yep,
they're from nearby.
Oh, that's helpful.
And I got their contact. Maybe they were on her podcast. We might be able to get them on our podcast. Yeah. Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, I think it would be an interesting thing.
It's political, but without politicians. Now, it's kind of old news now. It's a month old.
Yeah, old news, new news.
I have a candidate. We'll have a guest.
We'll figure it out. Yeah. So,
that's it, man.
Yeah, dxngop.org, ko-fi.com/STTP pod, and
the Under the Oaks podcast, the last Wednesday of every month. I think Chris Baird's going to do it again with Dina Morgan.
Okay.
I think.
Okay. Well,
that's the last Wednesday every month.
Just let me know. We'll make it happen.
Produced right here in this studio.
Right here.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's all I got, too, guys. We're way over, so I'll talk to you guys next week. See ya. That'll do it for this episode of the Grandpa's Boy Podcast. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you had a great time, because I know I did. Remember to practice equality and offend everyone, because if everyone is racist, then no one is racist. Can't drive safe, drive fast. If you can't be good, then be good at it. Don't let your meatloaf, don't let your pussy willow. Before you go, remember to like this stream, follow this channel if you're not already, and share this link to all